Patrick Moraites. So kind of a blend here. You guys do have some crossover there. So you're PEO Advantage, and you've got your other brands as well.
That's right. It's funny. We were talking before the show. We have a lot of mutual contacts and resources that go way back from different PEOs. From Patrick over here used to work at one. So
nice.
And some of the things we were chatting with before was just it's got to be the right fit. It's one of those solutions that's great for some companies, but not great for all. It's got to be that
right.
Cinderella glass slipper type solution. But some of the things that PEOs handle and manage for a business that I want to talk about today is your payroll, your workers' comp, which we've talked about in the past, but really I want to talk about HR, human resources, and from a compliance standpoint, how that's extremely important when you're running a business, especially if you're a small company or a growing company. They can really support you with helping create policies, procedures, making sure you've got a compliant handbook, just different elements like that to help protect you from getting into trouble. You and I were chatting a little bit before the show about, you're looking for an admin person,
right?
And you made a post on LinkedIn about it. Well, the post you made was completely fine and compliant. We had a client that made a post on Facebook that said, I'm looking for an admin, looking for a female, 20 years old, in her 20s, flexible schedule. You would think common sense would apply.
Yeah.
But clearly it did not.
Wow.
So it looking out for little things like that can get you in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. You got to be careful anytime you go to any type of preference. Keep it blanketed, and then take the calls as they come.
Take the calls as they come.
Right.
You're required to be an equal opportunity employer, kind of like the sign reads on your way into Salem Communications, right?
Right.
Yeah. Looking out for things like that can really get you in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, because it only takes one misstep to have the different attorney firms coming right after you, boy. They're going to serve you with a big old stack of paperwork. You're going to be like, what hit me? What did I do?
Right, and then you're distracted from doing your day-to-day.
Yeah.
Because now you're having to deal with this,
That's
labor
right.
employment claim.
That's
and
right.
That's a complete distraction from why you got in the business in the first place.
Yeah, reactive versus proactive.
Exactly. So a PEO can help protect you against some of those, compliant type issues.
Yeah.
It's HR. You would think common sense would prevail, but we had another situation where business owner called in and they had a female that was pregnant, and she was received a note from her doctor that she had to, be on bed rest. He asked, well, can I terminate her?
Oh, wow.
I can ask the four of you in this room. I think you guys
obviously
know
yes.
Right. I think you know the answer to that.
If you want a lawsuit.
Right. So
Come on, man. There you go.
Exactly. That's it.
So, but those are the type of questions that we field, or the PEO will field on your behalf.
Right.
Because if you're just not sure, from a termination question, maybe it was more of a no call, no show. Well, we're an at-will state. Can I terminate them? Well, let's back up a second, make sure we've got things documented correctly.
Right.
Where they, have they been disciplined before for this type of action and things like that. That's where the PEO is really going to wrap their arms around you and be a true partner.
Yeah, it's important. Yeah, and a lot of times, with just speaking kind of with the similar type of mindset with, with real estate, there's so many contracts and different things that happen. One of the things I like about the realtor boards is they put together a legal hotline. Hey, it's part of our dues. We pay for it. I tell my agents that all the time. Hey, call the legal hotline. If it's questionable, if you're not sure, call the legal hotline.
Right.
Get an attorney's opinion.
Exactly. And that's a great analogy for what the PEO can provide, or does provide the small business owner. It's in addition to providing you your workers' comp and running your payroll and making sure your taxes are paid, your unemployment claims are handled, and managing all that activity. They're a hotline for you as well when it comes to those sticky situations, because as a small business, you don't know. And if you're growing and you're starting to do business in maybe South Georgia, or you're entering other states or other markets, you're obligated to know those rules and regulations. And that's where a PEO can really support you too. They're going to know those state laws and rules. Yeah.
And Patrick, I see you nodding a lot. You're working with PEOs a lot from a capacity.
I do.
Jump in here.
People need to realize that you're going to get charged a couple percentage points of your payroll. but man, the money you're going to save on workers' comp, on time, being in compliance, you're making out ahead of the game big time, and people don't realize that.
Right.
I mean, you have a question of, hey, man, how do I have to handle this overtime? This guy's on salary. How can I work this? Hey, this guy got hurt on his workers' comp. Hey, can you save me some money? Another thing that I'm sure he was going to bring up that people don't realize, the unemployment tax, when you're a new business, can be ridiculous. You get with a PO, you can save thousands of dollars that way also. So,
and how does this happen? Because it's economies of scale, right?
Yeah,
it is.
Exactly,
well, and it depends what, a roofer's workers' comp is going to be a lot more than a secretary's. And that's where you get with Patrick and get with the right PO, and you can be set in a good shape and get the right insurances, the right plans, the right program, the right HR. It's really a all-in-one stop shop, and I'm a big fan of them, as you can tell, for a variety of reasons. I believe they have their place, and they help me, and I help them. So it's a win-win situation. It's all about they save people money, I save people money, and that's what we're supposed to do.
That's right.
And he makes some excellent points, too, when you talk about the cost of the PEO, right? It's going to be a couple percentage points on your payroll. But we started off by talking about HR. If you were to hire a certified, experienced HR person, at minimum, their salary range starts at $65,000 a year. Well, as a small business, if you're looking at, do I bring on maybe 2 commission salespeople to drive the top line, or do I bring on an HR person?
Just,
you know the decision the business owner is going to make. He's not going to invest in HR because he can't calculate the return on that. And leveraging a PEO, you combine all those resources that Patrick, not me and the third person, Patrick next to me was talking about. You can really benefit from that and really see some savings in a number of different areas, specifically the workers' comp, because the PEO is not only leveraging economies of scale, but they have a large deductible on their program. So, they're afforded to pass on, discounts to you when you normally wouldn't afford them on the standard market by yourself.
Sure. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Patrick Highland to my right, Patrick Moraites here to the left or in the middle. So yeah, it's and that's what I love about this show. We've got so many great partners. We're referring business to each other. We're helping each other. We're helping the consumer. When they contact us, we're getting a lot of Instagram messages now, Facebook messages, emails, calls, text. I love it because we really built this thing up over 5.5 years now, and we're to the point where we really have a solution for almost anybody out there, no matter what you're facing. Several types of attorneys here on the program. We've got health experts, of course, a lot of mortgage, real estate experts that we talk with and we consult here on the show. So we want you to think about this show as the hub of your wheel. Each one of those spokes extending out, and it may be for someone that you know or love, or a business that just started. Have them get in touch with us. We would love to consult with them, and everything's free of charge as far as consultations go. Then if they get in contact and they take it to a point where they're taking services and those types of things, then there may be some costs involved, but the show itself, that's the goal, is it's a consumer advocate based program. And what we're doing here is serving as a consumer advocate. We want to help you avoid a lot of the commission based advice, make you more street smart here. So a lot of great information here. Patrick, what's the website where people can find you?
PEOadvantage.com.
Okay.
Yeah. There's 943 PEOs across the country, and this is what we do all day, every day. And I appreciate you bringing up being a consumer advocate, because that's exactly what we are. There's no cost associated with us working with a small business and providing them the advice. We even put out a white paper that gives them a step-by-step process if they want to do it on their own.
Right.
Wow. If you've got the time, by all means, go ahead and contact PEOs directly if you like, or you can work with one of our team members and we'll provide you the advice, direction, and counsel, because different PEOs have different risk appetites,
streamline the process,
specialties. Exactly.
And there's not many people in Tampa Bay that are more involved with charities and nonprofits than Patrick is. I'll tell you that right there. Patrick Moraites does a great job with that. So all around good guy, great businessman as well.